Hello mga kabayan ko, my name is Rong Alpha and today we are playing Katawa Shoujo. Now Katawa Shoujo is a visual novel game made by 4-Leaf Studios, and this game is mainly all about a guy who is a disabled or someone who has an illness, and that's all the things I know about this game. So let's just start this game. And I'm sorry for the mousy rule, so let's start the game. So visual novel game, that means I'll be reading and I'll just try my best to reenact whatever I'm reading. So let's go. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. Ooh. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of the sight of teachers and fellow students. Looks like someone has to have some just kidding. But now in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. Aww. I breathe into my cupped hands, rub them together fiercely to prevent them from numbing it. It's quite cold forsaken winter. Just how long am I expected to wait out here, huh? Anyway, I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Hisao. Ah yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking away. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a little bit more initiative. This girl is very initiative with my love. Anyway, as I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. Ooh. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Wow, this deep. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like the time has slowed to a crawl. Ooh, that noise. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. What? Crazy dude?
He's out! He came!
A hesitant, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that daunty voice instantly. Bae? Bae? I feel my heart skip a beat. A typical love story. It's a voice I've listened to 100 of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. You're a stalker then. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams. The night my heart begins to race. Iwan ako? I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it! I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line that was the result. Man, you're just a boring ass kid. Literally. How old are you again? Pathetic. Yeah, pathetic.
Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. Aww.
A shy, joyous smile that made me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even I tried. That smile though. Anyway, so ooh, my heart is beating. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. Ooh, you gonna rape her? Just kidding. I'm so bad at this. Anyway, ooh. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind starts at the branches, the cacophonous noises music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of my wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Ooh. Her eyes laugh with mine. She lazy twirls her long, dark hair. Ooh, creepy. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Louder. Pounder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out of it if I tried to.
You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me.
I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feels like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Breaking Bad.
Hisao?
I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes on my binding pain along my arms.
Hisao!
My whole body freezes save for my eyes, which should open in terror.
Hisao!
The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all this fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, the incessant clatter of the branches above. Wow, this game, man. I'm starting to like this game. Little cutscene. 4 Leaf Studios presents. Yep. Katawa Shoujo. Ooh. Man, they put a lot of freaking... Phone, stop that. Silent my phone. Now it's silent. Shh. What an awesome cutscenes, man. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So, I have plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Man, you just have to be Flash, man. A fucking Flash, man. Apparently, I had it a long time ago. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening on my heart. Ooh. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really do anything to cheer me up. And I know that feeling, man. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news that I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Damn. You know, I have the same thing with my parents going on recently. I learned that my mother's side is diabetic, and my father's side is, let me tell that again. My mother is diabetic and high blood, while my father, on the other hand, is low blood. Catch me there. You know, something like that. Anyway, let's just continue reading. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. But, of course, there isn't a cure. Damn, son. Don't believe there's a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in war was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the gifts began to trickle down to nothing shortly after. Damn, you're being forgotten, man. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many gifts and cards or flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Oh damn, that fucking teacher, man. Sending class a class project, man, even though you're sick? That's so sick. See that what I did there? Actually, I hate that damn thing. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even at the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. Wow, must be weird for Iwanako and you. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. Why is my voice changing rapidly? We didn't touch a subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Damn, the hospital? Well, guessing on Iwanako's side, she must be feeling really weird. Really heartbroken. It's not really a place I like to live in because Iwanako is, I think, is the one she thinks that you made her feel bad. Make you feel bad because you're hurt, man. Something like that. Come on, understand someone else. The doctor and nurse feels so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it feels like, for me, it feels like uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'll be able to leave. I'm guessing the cardiologist say, "No, you can't leave yet." He never answered in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries work. Yes, typical answer of every doctor's there when you have a freaking illness. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeons had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it some kind of an omen. Ooh. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way it shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope. Still have to hope, man. You have to believe. At some point, stop watching TV. I don't know why I just did. Yeah, me too. I don't know why. I just stopped watching TV. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapation from my situation. Probably. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Wow, you're naked? Oh. But I love stories, man. And that was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differingly only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mess. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. I feel you, man. As of right now in summer, I don't know what the date is right now. Wait, it's 8. Sometimes I pass in realization that I don't know what day of the week it was. But other times all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of the book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the scene as if I was going to cry. But that only really happened. I couldn't even cry. Oh my gosh, man. So sad. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make me an effort to be happy on my behalf. Aww. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. It's not a party, man. It's a party. There's this ritual the headquarters has. He takes his time, sorting his paper, then setting them aside. As if it might point of the pointlessness of what he just did. What's the point in every doctor, man? Then he cautiously sits down at the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? That's the voice of the doctor. I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I give your father the prescription. prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? I observe asthma, abnormal vision, oh my gosh, a lot of medicines. The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seemed insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosage are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. Yeah, I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only make me feel sicker. Ooh, all this for the rest of my life, every day. Yeah, I feel you, man. This is quite sad. Damn, I don't know what to say about it. I think this is coming to be so sad so far. I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medication are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised if that list faded over the years. Years? What kind of confident booster is that? I'd have felt even better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents. We believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says tells me to know full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to homeschool instead? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think that's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about the transfer. It's a school called Yamako Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has a 24-hour nursing staff and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of the students live on the campus. Oh my, I'm changing the voice of the doctor again. Think of it as a boarding school with SOAR. It's designed to give the students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Try to disguise the fact. Don't try to disguise the fact, man. Don't try. If it really was that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff. You wouldn't make a hospital being nearby that selling point. It's so wrong. Of course, there's only if you want to go, but your mother and I are really able to go homeschool you instead. We can. When we went out there and they had a look of a couple weeks back, I think you like it. It looks like I don't really have a choice there, does it? Huh, Mr. Fada. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You need a job one day and this good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity, man. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. That's 3 times opportunity used in one sentence. Well, you should be excited a chance to go back to your school. I remember you wanted to return to school. Well, it's not the same one. A special school, that's it. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All of the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn but just need a little help in one way or another. In a one way and another. Oh, wait, stop that. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't need to be held back by their own disability. One of my colleagues in another school is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't need to be held back by their own disability. That's what disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. Well, what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I fucking missed it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock, on fatigue. I couldn't easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I don't know, it's futile now. I look around the room feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, the conditions, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any better. There isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? I suppose I'll try to put a positive spin on this. It's fucking difficult. But let me try, okay? clean state isn't a bad thing. Like I'm taking a baby, taking a shower. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I have something, even if it's special school. It's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake. It would be a freaking mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. That's right. Believe. You have to believe that it can be still better. You know, it's kind of bad. You know, at least at the very least, I try to see what new life will look like. Yeah, at least we will going out to the school, man. You'll be out of here, man. Oh, chapter 1. So that was a free log, man. That was long. 20 minutes? No, that was long. Probably it's 20 minutes, man. Ooh, so I guess I'll be stopping here. Here we go. So anyway, guys, hopefully you'll love that. Me reading with my voice. Anyway, I'll be continuing playing Katawa Shoujo or any visual novel games from now on because I kind of like them. You know, it's kind of like doing vlogs, but this time I'll be reading it. Even though my reading skills are quite not that there yet. Hopefully one day my reading skills will be like a freaking speaker. So yeah, so Katawa Shoujo, so far the story seems like great. I like the concept of it. I think I kind of know what will happen in the end, probably in this type of situation because I watch a lot of movies and played a lot of games so far. So yeah, so yeah, hopefully you guys like this me reading you guys a story. Like a bedtime story. Ooh, a bedtime story. So yeah, that was Katawa Shoujo made by 4-Leaf Studios. So as I see you in the next video, bye bye!